Good morning, everyone. Today I want to share with you, as always, a real-life example of an interaction between a patient and a dentist. So a dentist approached me for an opinion on how they manage a patient that's giving them a bit of hard time. And again, I also like to share with you some real-life examples. In this example, the dentist is saying that they feel like they spend an hour with a patient working so hard, placing a filling or an emergency appointment, and they recommended to the patient that this filling is not going to last for a long time because the tooth required extraction, but the patient insisted on having the filling. They placed the filling on the patient, and they told them, I'm going to give you a discount just because I don't think it should be extracted. And then the patient keep emailing back, saying, I feel like I overpaid for the treatment. It was so expensive. I shopped around, and usually fillings are cheaper than that. And also, I can't see the discount on my invoice as well. So, and seemed like the dentist wasn't very confident with the filling. So they feel really sad that they did all this work and the patient is not happy, and they ask me how can they manage the patient. So I want to explain to you in this video how I would manage this after getting some more information. First, for credibility, my name is Khaled. I have been a dentist for 20 years. I run my own dental practice, Lakeside Dental Spa in Harvey Bay in Queensland. I took it from 1 chair to 10 chairs, from 3 staff members close to 40 staff members now. And you can check my details below for credibility. So I just asked the dentist, can you give me some more information? I want to know more what happened in the appointment as much as you can. And they explained to me, yes, what happened is the patient came for an emergency appointment. I looked at the tooth and I told them it was a broken filling, and I told them it required extraction. We cannot save that tooth. It's just gone beyond repair. Patient insisted on a filling, and I explained to them more than once, no, it requires extraction. Then at the end, I told them, okay, I will do what you want. I will place the filling, and because of that, I'll also give you a discount. And I spent an hour, really tough filling, and charge them. I'll give some random examples. I charge, let's say, consultation, x-rays, fillings, whatever, $600, and my usual fees would have been $700, so I just billed them for $600. And by the way, at the end of the appointment, as I was cleaning up my instrument or something, I pierced a needle in my hand from the patient. So I asked them a bit of question about whether they have any certain illnesses like HIV or HCV or hepatitis C. And patient walked out, okay, and then they emailed that they're not happy. They felt that the dentist wasn't confident, and they can't see the discount on the bill. And I'm really upset because I spent all this time and the patient is not happy. So my advice to dentists is, number one, let's not talk about the clinical stuff. Let's talk about the business aspect and the patient management. I know for you, in your mind, you spend an hour with this patient and you work so hard and you feel like this tooth needs to be extracted, and you work so hard to make it work and probably did a lot of heroic stuff to remove the gums around the tooth and get into more sound margin, and you're just trying to save something that cannot be saved. And because of that, you told them as well, I'll give you a discount. That's in your mind, you work so hard for that. Now, let's put yourself in the patient's shoes. Me as a patient, I came to the appointment. You spend an hour on the filling. You haven't coded me. I don't know how much this filling will cost. I didn't approve a treatment plan for the cost of this filling. And then you also tell me at the end that you stick a needle in your hand and you want to ask me about, again, taking the history that you already took before about me. And then I walk out with this large bill that I didn't expect. Now, you put yourself in the patient's shoes, I wouldn't be happy. So what can you do now and what you could have done differently? Let's talk about what you can do now. I said you need to email back the patient, say, look, it's my standard policy to give all my patients written quotations and written treatment plan before I do any treatments. It seems like this part was missing for some reasons. So for that, I'll give you the chance to advise me what do you think would be a fair fee for this filling, because I haven't coded you, and whatever you say, I will give you a refund. So let's say if you say, I think it's fair to pay $200, I'll refund you $400. And that's what I would do with this patient. I will track back, say, look, I should have coded you, and here's a refund. And that's how I would have done it, how I would manage the patient. Now, going back, how I would do it differently if I was in the dentist's position. Number one, if I believe that this tooth requires extractions and cannot be filled, and the patient's insisting on a filling, I will just be very honest with you. I say, look, I'm sorry, I cannot do it. I think it will put you at a lot of risk. If you're a family member of mine, I wouldn't want to put a filling on you. You end up with an infection, end up hospitalized because of the infection, end up with a filling falling out when you walk out of the office, you're inhaling the filling, very risky for you. I can't put you at this risk. I'm very sorry, I can't help you with that. If you definitely insist on a filling, you're not in pain today, maybe you can see another dentist who can help you with that. But for me, I'm not doing the right thing by you if I place this filling on you. If they're in pain, I maybe take the nerve out or something, put a temporary, and then look, go and find another dentist who can manage this for you. But for me, I would extract or nothing. So I would be very clear on my plan, and I wouldn't change my plan if the patient insists on something else. Number one. Number two, whatever it is, extraction or filling or emergency, I would have quoted the patient. From my software, sends them a plan on their phone, they look at it, approve it, so there is no hidden fees. Patients don't like when there are hidden fees. Patients don't mind how much you charge, but they do mind if you surprise them with the bill. So you need to let them know how much you're going to charge and give them a choice to approve and consent your cost. Number three, if I stick a needle in my hand, which is hopefully shouldn't happen, should be very extremely rare situation, and usually accidents do happen. I understand, I don't want to be harsh or harsh on this dentist, but you shouldn't have this happen. But let's assume if it happened. If it's me, I stick a needle in my hand accidentally from the patient, contaminated with the patient, I wouldn't ask the medical history questions again, because I really should have those questions. But I would explain to the patient what happened. And unfortunately, there was an accident happen, and now my standard policy is asking you to get a blood test, because for me, getting tests is not going to show anything early on, but if you get tested and your test shows certain things, then I can take some prophylactic treatment to avoid me inheriting any disease. I understand you're probably disease-free, you don't have any blood-borne infections, but will give me the peace of mind if you can do this. And I know it's very inconvenient for me to ask you to get a blood test, and because it's inconvenience, number one, I'm not charging you anything for today, whether I did an extraction or a filling, there's no charge for you. Remember, you're sending the patient to get a blood test. It's a lot of hassle for patients. I'm not going to charge you anything for today, and maybe sometimes, I'm going to send you a voucher for a nice restaurant here in town so you can have dinner on me, just as a sorry for the inconvenience. Patients will appreciate that, and they will help you out with your concerns. They can see you're really concerned about this error, and they might go and get the blood test. You'll get the test results next day. You can see they are free from every blood-borne illnesses, and then you can get a second opinion from your GP as well. But if they have something, at least you can get some early prophylactic treatment for that. That's how I would manage patients. Again, I'm not talking about the clinical aspects, but the business side. That's how you build patients in your practice. That's how you build confidence and trust with your patient. This patient now can become a patient who will refer their friends and families and neighbors and people they know. Go to my dentist, they're very honest, they're very transparent, they're really nice, they're very gentle, compared to another patient who will walk out surprised with a bill, not happy with how everything has managed, and you probably lost not just the patient, all the referrals as well, or potential referrals, family, friends, siblings, neighbors, and so on. If you find this information helpful, make sure you like it and share it with your friends and colleagues. If you want to hear more about my videos, please subscribe to my channel, and I will notify you when more videos are released. Thank you so much for listening. It means a lot to me.